I'm so sorry that these videos are gradually getting darker as I film them, because generally I only have the one day to pre-film and I end up getting it all done, but today I just really ran out of sunlight that I got to use my artificial light to try and like light me up. But I'm here for 7 on Sunday and I'm excited. Again, another week has come around. Like, it's again, time is just going quickly. Like, we assume time is going to go any other way, but it's too quick. It is too quick. I should stop complaining about this, but it's just too quick. So I'll have all the links down below for everything to do with 7 on Sunday that you need to know about it. And this week's theme is books you don't mention enough. So the way that it was described, that if you're doing like a tag video, what are some books that were decent reads that you just forget to mention in tags? Like, they could fit for the prompts, but you never pick them up. That is the way the theme was pitched, but I also just want to talk about some books that I just haven't mentioned for a while. Like, I might have mentioned them recently, like who knows, but these are like all old favorites and ones that I haven't talked about for ages and just books I don't mention enough. So let's get into the video. First one I want to talk about is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. Like, this is like one of my faves. Back in the day when I read it, like what, 4 or 5 years ago, I loved it so much, and just it was so intriguing and fun. And honestly, whenever I see people pick it up, I get so excited because I'm like, yay, you're gonna experience the fun that is the kiss of deception. With this book, Leah is our main character and she's meant to marry this prince, but then she's never met him before, so like they're gonna get married, and then she runs away and she goes into hiding. So the prince is going to go find her, but then an assassin is also sent to kill her. So now she's got a prince and an assassin and she doesn't really know which one is which, and she kind of has rumors that things are happening, and it's just about the fact that she's got to try and stay alive, but also like know who is the person that she should like marry and trust, and then who's the assassin. And it's very intriguing and very fun. The next book I want to talk about is The Winner's Curse by Maria Rutowski, and this is a book that I read like early on in my booktube days. Like, this is an oldie on my shelf. I just really liked it, and definitely the second book is where the angst got like reals good, but I really do love this book. But like, Kestrel's our main character, and like her dad is like this big general, and she's like pretty popular too, and she's like really smart, and then she buys the slave Aaron, and then like shit happens with that because she kind of like falls in love with him, and then he's like part of this rebellion, and like all the shit happens. But it's a very political book and a very fun book to read, I think, and definitely one that if you haven't picked this up yet, you definitely should, because it's just a really good read and I just had so much fun. And like, yes, the third book isn't the best thing ever, but the first 2 are just like chef's kiss. Another favorite is The Rat from the Torn by Renee Ahdieh. Like, I don't mention this book enough anymore. I honestly feel like I should reread it, because at the time that I read this, my life changed, because I don't think I've ever felt as like about a book as I did with this book, and I really just appreciate it so much. And I'm pretty sure I read this before The Night Circus, so when I read The Night Circus, like, that changed my life as well. But I just really love this book, and it's 1001 Nights retelling, but I love Shahrazad and Khalid, and they just have such a great relationship, and I just love the whole story, plot and premise, and just it's so cool. And like, yes, The Rose and the Dagger wasn't a great follow-up to this book, but this book it's just beautiful, and I just really loved it, and I need to talk about it more because it is one of my favorites. Oh, another good one is White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Every time I pick this book up, I'm like, look at this romance novel, but like, here's a demon and she's like a half demon, half gargoyle. Like, it doesn't look like it when you look at this, but this book is so fun and such an old school corny paranormal story. But I just was living for this book, and honestly, I was taking book photos a couple of weeks ago and I had this book and I was just like looking, and I'm like, ooh, I remember all these moments and just having fun, like having a little bit of a skimmy read, and I just had so much fun with it. But if you want a good trashy paranormal fun romance kind of story, pick this one up, because Roth is gonna be your guy, because he is just amazing and I love him and I love the story. And do you see gargoyles as characters very often? No, I don't think so. The next book I want to talk about is Frostblood by Abbeyleec, and this was just a really fun one. Like, I really enjoyed it. So our main character Ruby is a fireblood, but she lives in the Frostblood territory, so she can't use her magic, or they're going to find out that she has fire magic when they have ice magic, and there's been a big battle, and the ice bloods have been really destroying the fireblood nation area, so she has to kind of like deal with shit, but then she falls in love with the Frostblood and the magic happens. It was just a really fun fantasy, and I just really liked it, and it was just really easy to read. And really, I did end up enjoying every book as they kept coming out, because this is a trilogy, and I really didn't feel like there was like a low point, and I just had a lot of fun with it. I better add some contemporaries to this list as well, so I've got 2 contemporaries. So the first one is The Distance Between Us by Casey West. This was one of the first contemporaries I really remember enjoying. Like, I did read the Anna and the French Kiss trilogy and really had fun with that, but even though I read those books, this is really a tipping point for me, because I read this all in basically one day before before work and I was so excited about it, and I really loved this book so much. I just love the idea too that, like, you know, she's poor, he's rich, and then they fall in love and he loves her so deeply but she never believes it, and it's so beautiful. Like, I just had so much fun, and this really made me love Casey West's books. And I haven't read any of her recent ones. Like, she's written like another 6 or something. After I bought one of her newer paperbacks and it didn't match the rest of them, I got a bit angry. Like, I probably shouldn't, but I've got like 6 of her books and they all look beautiful together, and then I've just got this tour bitch and I'm like, what do I do with this book because it doesn't match? But we're talking about this book and it was just really fun, and if you want a good stepping stone into contemporary, pick this one up because it's just really cute and very quick. Last book I want to talk about is The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I just realized I have another Jennifer L. Armentrout book on here. Like, I haven't read anything new from her for so long, and I have series on my shelves that I can read, but I just haven't because I just been reading other things. She definitely is kind of an author that you're gonna read when you're a bit younger, but like, it's not like you can't read her when you're older because she's still really, really great. But basically this book is about Molly and Ryder, and they both grew up in the foster system and they've known each other since they were younger. But when Mallory was placed into a house and she lost contact with Ryder, it's been years since she's seen him, but her whole life with her new family she's been homeschooled and she's very timid and scared and she doesn't really talk to people, and she's got a bit of like selective mutism. So when she goes to this new school, she finds Ryder there and he just wants to protect her, and they kind of remember the old times when they were together, and she sees that his life has gone a lot worse than hers has, and just, it's an interesting story and it really goes from there. But I really enjoyed it and I would highly recommend it, and it is a bit of a thicker contemporary, but it was just really, really good. So these are the books that I definitely want to try and mention more, but I don't actually do that many tag videos anymore. Like, there hasn't been that many that have like intrigued me enough, and I have gotten onto a much better video uploading schedule where I only upload 2 videos a week instead of like 18. So like this week I'm gonna have 3 videos up because there was a few more things that I just needed to mention, but really I should try and get more tag videos happening like when I have a spare week, and I will try and make that a plan. But anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed this week's 7 on Sunday video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!